Hey!
Oh!
Episode 132, what do you want?
1, 3, 2.
We're back in action.
We're back. We got a lot of business to cover.
We have so much business. Should I go through what I have written down, then you cover whatever? We have sound screening at Kirkland Arts Center. That Thing You Do, which is a wonderful, wonderful movie. If you haven't seen it, or if it's been a while, I suggest it. April 17th at 6 p.m. And of course, we have the Olympia Film Festival that me and Matt are gonna go, and we're gonna present Sun Don't Shine, the Amy Seimetz film, and we're gonna do a little like Q&A kind of pseudo episode afterwards, and it'll be a ton of fun in Olympia at Capitol Theater, April 25th at 7 p.m. We'll be hanging out.
I believe the ticket link is now up for that.
It is now up if you just search Olympia Film Festival. It's gonna be really fun. I'm excited. We'll see what we come up with and what we do. We have a members night on the 20th of April.
Members night, 20th April, 5 p.m. All Scarecrow members, sign up for a membership, come in. You'll get a free rental. There's going to be a fun activity. It's going to be a great show. There's going to be booze.
Always fun.
There's going to be refreshments.
The social event of the month.
It's going to be great. So that's April 20th. Scarecrow Academy is currently going on every Saturday at 2 p.m.
Saturday.
Robert Horton, our board member and film critic Robert Horton, hosts a virtual discussion. The theme for this sort of season is the 60s on film.
Cool.
You can look it up on our website. There's a whole page where you can sign up for the virtual discussions, and you can see the whole schedule. So check that out. It's not up as yet of the time of this recording, but by the time this runs, the new section called Beyond Borders, Arab and Persian Voices will be up. So that's in celebration of Arab American History Month. That's April. And then March, late March was the Iranian New Year. And so just given everything that's going on in the world, we thought it would be good to highlight that part of the world and all the different voices, Arab and Persian films, Arab American films that have come out of that region. So there'll be a whole section that you can come check out there. And last but not least, first weekend of May will be a Crypticon.
Yes.
So there's going to be exclusive merch. We're going to have some Blu-rays. We're going to have some 4Ks. We're going to have some specially curated Laserdiscs and VHS for you to buy.
It's a cool spot, Crypticon.
Yeah.
It's a
so
fun
that's
time.
going to be awesome too. That's what I've got.
I think that's all I've got. And, you know, we always have little special sections popping up and changing around the store. So the best thing you can do is come on in. So should we get into episode 132?
Let's do it.
Okay. Time for everyone's favorite segment.
Ding, ding, ding.
Raunch versus
Rom.
Here we are. It's been a while. I don't know if you guys remember, but we had some pretty fine fighters last time.
It was a mediocre bout.
It was a mediocre bout. I had Ocean Drive Weekend, and Matt had
Romantic comedy.
aptly named.
Not sure about that.
I did the tallies. I counted the votes, made sure there was no voting fraud. And
no mail-ins.
No mail-ins. You have to
late
show a
mail-ins.
passport to vote. Raunch versus Rom now.
Romantic comedy got 4 votes.
Pretty good.
But Ocean Drive Weekend took the win with 5 votes.
Yes.
What nail biter.
Another squeaker.
It was a nail biter. You guys, Ocean Drive Weekend wasn't even that good. I don't
guys
remember
need to
anything
vote.
about it.
Vote more.
Vote more.
Vote
but
early and often.
Someone in the comments was like, do I vote for which one I've seen? No, my
No.
friend, not at all. Because chances are,
Vote for any reason you want, honestly, at this point.
you vote for who you want to win.
Yeah.
And you take that how you'd like.
Yeah.
Could it be which one's better sounding? Sure. Could it be which one is dumber sounding? Sure. You make the rules as long as you vote.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. So I have a fighter.
I'm ready to go.
My fighter is the 1984 movie Oddballs.
My fighter is, I forget what year, but the Hugh Grant, Drew Barrymore rom-com,
cute.
music and lyrics.
I think I remember liking that. If this is your first Raunch versus Rom, welcome. We each have 2 minutes, and we talk about our contender, and we try to sway you into voting somehow, in some way. Sometimes that's hard. Sometimes it's easy. Most often it is hard. Each of us get our closing argument, our final statement, if you will, and then you guys vote below.
3, 2, 1, go.
All right, this is Oddballs, 1984, directed by Milos Lente. This is the only film, but it was written by Ed Naha, who also wrote Honey, I Shrunk the Kids, Chud 2.
Bud the Chud.
Thank you guys. Dolls and the first troll. And this guy just, you know, he likes to have a good time. The poster art for this movie is really cool. Not this one on the box necessarily, even though this is what made me choose it because it's like some sexy girl in a bikini kissing a guy. But the letterbox poster art, please check it out because it's ridiculous. This is about a summer camp called Camp Bottom Out. And it's for kids. It's for kids ages like 11 to 14, boys. And this is basically just a Meatballs spinoff. It's not as raunchy as I thought it would be. This tends to happen to me a lot. But it's Canadian summer camp sex comedy where all the kids are like, we're going to lose our virginities this summer to the girls across the lake, even though they're all like 12 or 13. And there's like a few older camp counselors and camp workers. The guy that owns the camp also has like a lot of guns and he's always drunk. And his name is, I don't know, something stupid. I didn't write it down. But this movie does a lot of sound effects. It does a lot of cartoonish Looney Tunes sound effects. There's some gags like this kid opens this like bathroom door that says men because he's going to the bathroom, but he opens it. There's a bunch of like guys in Speedos just standing there. And so he closes it and then he takes out a Sharpie and writes WO before men and then opens it. And then there's a bunch of like bikini clad girls.
Sick.
And there's like really kind of like dumb gags like that, like a gag a minute. They're trying to take over the summer camp and like set up a mall. So we of course have that like anti-capitalist, like we're all gonna band together and save this thing. And then there's also some, they take these kids to a singles bar and give them like fake IDs and try to teach them how to pick up girls and they get drunk off beer and it's kind of funny.
3, 2, 1, go.
I got Music and Lyrics 2007 by Mark Lawrence. This stars Hugh Grant and Drew Barrymore. Hugh Grant plays a guy who was a pop star in the 80s. He was basically like he was the other guy that's not George Michael and Wham.
Okay.
Their group was called Pop. Now he's kind of a has-been. He's actually the subject of an episode of a show called Celebrity Has-Beens. And, you know, and it turns out that, like, you know, the other guy in his group got way more famous and he kind of got left behind. Anyway, he is struggling in his career, and then one day this pop star, played by, I can't remember the name of the actress, Coco is the name of the character, and she really loves his work, and she hires him to do a new song for her album, but he's only got like 2 or 3 days to do it. So he's stressed out about that. Meanwhile, this lady that he's brought in to like help take care of his plants, Drew Barrymore, suddenly it turns out she's got a really good knack for just coming up with great lyrics. So he like partners up with her to help write this song. And then, you know, hijinks ensue and they become closer and closer and et cetera and so forth. I really enjoyed this movie. Hugh Grant is not playing like a heel. He's playing like a genuinely nice dude. And Drew Barrymore does a great job doing her like classic flibberty gibbet kind of thing. She's a lot of fun to watch in this movie. There's a whole subplot about how like it turns out that she was in this terrible relationship with this famous writer played by Campbell Scott who used their relationship to like write a best-selling novel but also did her really dirty, like was cheating on his fiance with her but she didn't know he was engaged and all this stuff, and Hugh Grant like confronts Campbell Scott. He tries to like be chivalrous but it all falls apart. It's really good stuff. And the songs are half decent. Oh, Haley Bennett, now that I think of it, is the name of the woman who plays the pop star. She kind of looks like Jennifer Lawrence. Anyway, the songs are pretty decent. The like romantic trajectory of the movie is not very like will they or won't they. It's more like should they or shouldn't they. And I found it pretty delightful and charming. It's not the most raucous or funny thing, but as movies like this go, I found it very satisfying. So yeah, I would check it out.
My closing argument is a recommendation that this movie has, or that someone has made about this movie, and that is our esteemed friend with great taste, Brian Sauer, who on Letterboxd says he prefers this to Meatballs.
That's something that Brian would say.
And consider that when you're voting.
Also, it has Foster Brooks in it. Don't leave that out.
I don't know who that is.
Foster Brooks, the great drunken comedian.
Oh, he probably was the drunk camp owner.
I had another brother-in-law. For the first time in his life, he went ice fishing, brought home 200 pounds of ice. His wife fried it and they both drowned.
All right, what's your closing argument?
My closing argument is you stick around for the end credits of this, you actually get to see like 80s style music video stuff of Hugh Grant and his former duo partner guy like doing their pop songs.
Oh, that's cute.
Over the end credits, and it's not just like a few clips. It's like most of the closing credits are this crappy music video facsimile from the 80s. It was pretty funny. I enjoyed this movie a lot. This is one of the better ROMs that I've sat through for this segment.
You deserved it.
Yeah.
So please vote below. Is it going to be Oddballs or is it going to be music and lyrics? Let us know how you feel, however you'd like to do that.
Yeah.
Below.
Thanks for voting. Rock that vote.
Rock that vote, and that was Raunch versus
ROM.
Okay, so my pick is kind of in a similar vein to one of my other picks, which was broadcast news. I found it kind of similar. This is called Between the Lines. It's from 1977, directed by Joan Micklin Silver, who I was looking at her movies because I really like Crossing Delancey and Chilly Scenes of Winter. And she's done a bunch of other stuff. I'm going to kind of pick through her filmography and see what's up. This is about Mainland newspaper in Boston. And it's like an alternative kind of indie newspaper run by this group of buds who's been doing it for like 10 years. And it's basically just a hangout movie about their relationships with each other and their relationships with the paper and their own personal careers.
I just reworked some notes I'm not using for my book.
Which book? The one you were working on before?
And before that.
And before that.
And before that.
What's it about again?
As this kind of underground newspaper faces the threat of corporatization.
Well, will somebody please tell me who he is?
He's a rich asshole who goes around buying up papers like ours.
Before Walsh buys this paper, I'm walking.
Me too. Me too.
Me too. Everybody the unemployment line.
Kind of like a fuck the man 70s alt movie like that. But also features Jeff Goldblum at his like kookiest and most womanizing. He's literally like half the things he's saying don't make any sense.
One. What? If you see what, it's no good. One. If you see what, one. It's no good. One. If you see what, it's no good.
What? One.
One what?
If it's...
What? What? What?
He's the music critic of the newspaper, and I think he's like teaching a course at this like women's college or something, and it's all these women like sitting taking notes, and he's not making any sense, but then at the end he just goes,
You know, they say that rock is here to stay. You've heard them say that rock is here to stay. They never say where. Certainly not at my house. I don't have the room. My telephone number is 462-0702.
and they're all just like writing it down in their notebooks. He's very cute in this. It's also the main guy, our leader of the newspaper, is John Hurd. He's kind of this like cynical, burnt out, even though he's only like in his late 20s kind of guy who's like, fuck the man.
We really shook things up, you know? We didn't change anything.
What's her name? She was married to David Mamet.
Lindsay Krause.
Yes, she's in it, and she's fantastic. And she's having like an on-again, off-again thing with John Hurd, and she's a photographer, but she wants to be a writer, and she's kind of getting her voice like stifled. There's a really great scene where they go to a strip club, and she's like asking questions, but she's not the interviewer. It's like,
Danielle, how did you get into stripping?
I don't know. I just sort of drifted into it.
Do you find
your work glamorous? Glamorous? No way. I mean, this isn't my idea of glamorous.
What's your idea of
glamorous? Jacqueline Onassis.
he's like, hey, can you like let me do it? There is also this actor who's been haunting every movie I watch lately, and that's Michael J. Pollard. I can't get away from him, but I'm delighted by that fact because he's such a little weirdo freak, but he's popping up in literally Matt knows, he's popping up in like everything I'm watching lately.
Excuse me, you're gonna pee.
All these characters and all their idiosyncrasies and their relationships with each other. It's just a cool little hangout movie. I also really like how they show their realistically like shitty, shabby Boston apartments and how like living poor and creative in your 20s in a city isn't huge warehouse apartments. It's like really shitty, small, cramped cans of beer and your mattress on the floor type thing. I guess Joan Silver worked for the Village Voice, brought some of that to the table, and apparently this movie inspired the Austin Chronicle newspaper. Really, really great. Check it out. Between the Lines, 1977.
Kicked coffee machine with punches.
My pick this week is 2018's Wild Rose.
Good one.
With Jessie Buckley, who just won an Oscar for Hamnet.
Man, we've been buckling on this because I talked about Chernobyl last time.
She's quite good in this. I prefer this like a little slightly more subtle work than her most recent stuff, although I did think she was really good in The Bride. In this movie, Jessie Buckley plays Rose Lynn, who is a Scottish lass who's recently been released from the pokey. She got thrown in the jail because she was pitching a bag of what turned out to be heroin over the fence into the prison.
I didn't know it was heroin.
That's neither here nor there. She's out now. She returns to her disapproving mother who's been looking after her kids.
See there, I can be honing my craft. I can be out gigging every night.
Do you not think you've sacrificed enough for that fantasy?
What she really wants to do is become a country singer in Nashville, Tennessee.
All the way from Glasgow, Scotland, please welcome a little girl by the name of Rose Lynn Harlan to the Opry. Rose Lynn Harlan, ladies and gentlemen, performing for the first time here in Nashville, Tennessee. Fucking A.
She goes back to her old band, and her old band is like, nobody wants to see a convicted felon on stage, so they won't let her back in the band.
Johnny Cash is a convicted criminal, you ball bag.
I thought that some of this stuff was a little weird.
In country music.
Yeah, I don't think they give a shit.
The band kicks her out, so they won't let her perform. And so she goes and she becomes the cleaning lady for this rich woman, played by Sophie Okonedo. Sophie Okonedo figures out that Rose Lynn wants to be a country singer.
The kids tell me you're a country and western singer.
You taking the piss?
No, not at all. Why do you say that?
Country and western. Oh, it's just country.
And like really wants to support her, thinks she has a lovely voice, thinks she would be awesome. Wants to like set up a big party for all of her rich friends to come and like contribute to a fund to send Rose Lynn to Nashville to become a country star. But Sophie Okonedo's husband is like, I know that you were in jail and I don't want you around my kids. And freaks her out, and so she chickens out and won't do it. It's really weird. All these people are like really paranoid about the fact that this woman did something pretty minor to get thrown in jail. It's a little odd, I think. It's a very simple movie. I don't want to really spoil the ending, but there's not much to spoil. The cool thing about this movie is that this is not like some kind of rags to riches story, like small town girl makes good, chases her dreams, and it all happens for her. It's about her sort of like finding out what's really important in her life and choosing a path that's like right for her rather than like becoming a big star. It's a really, really interesting movie. It's powered by this really, really subtle performance. I think most people now know Jessie Buckley for going really big, and she doesn't do that here. That's not not the assignment. Mostly I just found this to be a really sweet, really thoughtful drama about this young woman that isn't, like, I found it novel in the sense that it's not mired in like all this heavy baggage that we tend to bring to stories like this. It's just about someone reclaiming their confidence and agency after like a bumpy past. You know, there isn't like a tragic, horrible thing in her, like trauma in her past. There's nothing like that. It's just like, you know, I thought this thing is the thing that I wanted and now I'm not so sure. And what am I going to do about that? And I think that stories like that are sort of low key and don't have like a really high trajectory tend to get ignored. So I wanted to focus on this one.
No, I remember when I think Sif played it back when it came out, and I remember really liking this when I saw it.
It's super sweet, and she's a very good actress. Like, I don't love everything that she does, but this one was one of the best roles that I think she's had. So definitely check this one out, especially if you like her work. This is a good one to check out.
What like was it, London?
Oh, he was heaving.
Oh, that's what Mary said. She's been down a couple of times to see her nephew. Said you can't move for people.
Honest to God, wherever you go, people are like that. Up your nose, in your mouth, under your nails.
Oh, I couldn't stand that.
Well, we did it. We did 132, and I think we had some great recs. We
covered a lot of business.
A lot of business.
Yeah. And
we hope to hear from you / see you at any of those things that we talked about. Please send us some mail, viva@scarecrow.com, or in the old snail mail method, which is 5030 Roosevelt Way, Northeast, Seattle, Washington, 98105. Come on into the store, rent some stuff. If you don't live in the area, you can rent by mail. You know, just keep it real and keep watching.
Keep on rocking and rolling and watching good movies.
Keep on rocking in the free world and watch movies. We'll see you later.
Bye.
you've got your worried eyes.
Well,
You look like a little worried doggy.